Hello, my fellow viewers and subscribers, and this is Superchocolatemilkshake, and I am here with, well, a bit of a look back in my history of my channel. Okay, so basically, when it comes down to it, this is kind of like my early years. I'm going to be talking about the 2012 to the from the very beginning of 2012, when I uploaded my first video on March the 12th. Well, actually 13th it says here, but I thought it was on the 12th. I forget. Anyway. When I uploaded it on the very beginning of the 12th, all the way up to here. I know it says December 12th, and I know I released another video on December the 30th. But, well, since that's so close, I'm just going to consider it a part of the 2014 era, especially that's shortly after I changed the shake again. So, for the very first earliest conception of the shake, I actually just did something rather simple, you know? Actually, I did two things rather simple. If you haven't noticed, I have two shakes for this era. And the reason why is because one of them's a pre-era, and the other one is basically the one that I created shortly after getting YouTube. Okay, there's a reason why for this. First of all, I was actually kind of surprised to find out that I actually had, that other one that I created back in, like, 2000... When was it? 2018? No, 2008? No? I was in 8th grade at the time. I graduated in 2014. Of course, I came into 10th grade at 2010. No, I came into 10th grade at... Yeah, I came into 2009. Okay, so yeah, in 2008, I created that shake. No, probably 2007. Yeah, I forget either or. But either way, I created that shake back in 2008, and of course, I ended up losing it. I actually thought I had it lost, and then I went poking around inside my files, and ended up finding it again for some reason. So, yeah, there's two shakes for this era, and the other one was the one that I created for YouTube, because unfortunately I couldn't find this other one. So, but they both kind of hold some staples that kind of carry further into some of the later shakes, and you'll start to see when I get a little more deeper into this series. Okay, so enough talking about the origins of the shake. Let's talk about some of these videos, and my origins as a bit of a YouTuber anyway. It all started with one little animation video. Yes, I know, I started this channel out as a bit of an animation channel. It's funny how some of the tables turned. But, here we go. I'm going to go into the very first video I ever did, Golf in a Nutshell. Prepare for some cringe. After this video loads.
My imitation of golf.
Man, I sounded different back then, didn't I?
1, 2, 3. We must go deeper. Motivation. Not again. Motivation. Whack. I said 4. What's that? Dog. Light. Don't ask. It's getting too good to end.
I disagree. I highly disagree. Oh, man. That was back in the early days. Back in 2008. Back right after I ended 8th grade, and all I had was my DSi, Flipnote Studio, and my laptop. Basically, I compiled the Flipnote into a GIF, I put that GIF into Windows Movie Maker, and then of course I recorded the sound using my laptop sound recorder, then of course I synced the sound up to the Flipnote, which, by the way, was kind of hard to do with the live version of Windows Movie Maker. I actually had to go back and use the older version, which, by the way, they actually did have available at the time, to sync the sound with the video. And, well, yeah. Actually, when it comes down to it, that's kind of how I ended up getting such a high quality on a DS Flipnote, which most people usually tend to just use a camera and record off their DS. No, I was a little more professional than that. But at the same time, that was pretty cringe. You could definitely tell that was early 8th grade me. I am a lot older, a lot smarter, and I probably wouldn't do anything like that ever again. And if I were to come back to this, I'd probably do it a lot smarter and have a little more clever jokes inside of it. Or either that I end up doing the soup, or else I might end up telling stupider jokes, I don't know which. Either way, let's continue on. Alright, the next big landmark inside this whole 2012 era is actually a movie that I made during my 8th grade year. Yes, I know, some of this is kind of out of order here, actually. This right here was actually during my 9th grade year. All 3 of these videos were. This video was also... No, actually, I think this video was shortly after my 8th grade year as well. I kind of forget. But this one was definitely shortly after my... was definitely during my 8th grade year. In fact, I made this with a friend, and he would actually remember it too. If you all know the Impression Whiz, which is a character who's going... Which is a guy who is commonly associated with this channel, and he is, after all, my best friend, by extension. We kind of worked together on this video. And I gotta tell ya, it's cringe. Unfortunately, though, I think there's gonna be some copyrighted music here, so I'm gonna be... Well, I'll probably mute it whenever I hear the chances of copyrighted music. Okay, this part isn't really copyrighted, but... Yeah. Oh, man. Yeah, we just used, the old-fashioned sound recorder, which was a good sound recorder, by the way, and we manipulated our voices with that. We had a lot of fun with that, actually. We used this mic, too, I think, if I remember correctly.
Oh, Lord.
So, it's been with me for a long time. A very, very long time. Wish I could get better audio quality of it. Well, I mean, like this, but... Oh,
Optimus Prime?
yeah. Too close to the mic there, John.
Bumblebee?
You needed a pee-pop filter.
Starscream?
Actually, you probably still do.
Potatoes?
I don't know what I was thinking. Dear Lord. Uh-oh. Yeah, here's the chances of copyrighted music. Actually, I did get slammed on copyrighted on this for once. And then then, of course, it ended up disappearing. But I'm not taking my chances with this. Because, you know, I don't want this video being slammed down for copyright either. This was back in the early days of YouTube, when you could get away with almost anything. Now, well, you barely can't. Well, not unless you happen to be kissing a certain person's butt. But don't ask me why I said but. And that was filmed off of that old camera that I used to have, too. I used the little digital handheld camera with... well, actually, I gotta go back to show you. This part right here. This was actually, this was a picture taken from my really, really old Kodak camera. I actually love that camera. And actually, when I'm looking at this, the image quality of it actually doesn't look that bad. I wish I could have kept that camera, but unfortunately the screen broke. So I couldn't have kept it. And every other camera I've owned since then, pfft, nothing like it. Well, except for this one. Actually, this one's really great for video recording, though. It's not good for still pictures, but it's great for video recording. Oh, yeah, and there's 2 other cameras, too. And actually, they're both pretty comparable to this one, but still. Yeah. Well, okay, one of them's a little bit worse in low-light situations, but still. Wished I would have had something like that little Kodak camera. I've been looking at DSLR of late, though. Yeah, I know. I'm talking about cameras now, aren't I? Look at me, going off on a tangent, talking about cameras. Woohoo! Anyway. Michael Jackson or Michael Jordan? Of course, Michael Jackson. Oh, jeez. Oh, wait. Oh, I think there's no audio here. Yeah, look at the corners. I don't know why I did that. I mean, I know there's stuff in the corners, but still. Oh, yeah, and then, of course, this. I actually liked that gift. It was kind of fun, but... Okay, that's actually... Okay. Okay, don't ask what kind of... Okay, this might be a copyrighted, and it's an emotional chord type song for me too, for some reason. Yes, even if it's about pulling fingers. Okay, the slight story is that I had a grandpa who, unfortunately, he died during my 11th grade year, but he had a thing with his finger where if you pulled it, I actually did love the grandpa, and this is kind of why I have that emotional core to the song. Anyway, please do not ask me what kind of drugs me and my friend were on at the time of making this video, okay? Don't ask. Don't bother me about it. Don't bother Michael about it. Don't bother the Impressionist, and don't bother the Super Chocolate Milkshake. Because, we were just, messing around, I guess? Well, basically this movie didn't really have much of a direction. I guess it's just all random stuff shooting all over the place, and I guess that's kind of what we'd still do now, is just random stuff shooting all over the place. Actually, we kind of do D&D sessions with each other, and that's kind of what we do. I don't think we've changed much. Well, we've grown a lot, but I don't think we've changed much. What's this? Oh, Corpse Party. Okay. Anyway. Alright, Crack Up Movie, this is just a parody. And actually, I did get a copyright claim on this. What did I get a copyright claim for, though? I gotta check. Gotta check. The impression that I get in The Road to Nowhere. Oh, okay. Fair enough. Alright. I'm not worried about that. No, not worried about that at all. Anyway, so, onward to... Wait, what if I'm fully... Oh, yeah, this one. This one's dumb. Okay. What happens when Luigi speaks mock Italian? Actually, this one was after I graduated. And actually, I think when I got into high school, too. Actually, during my 9th grade year as well, I think. I was into converting some flip notes at the time. And this one was no different. Actually, there's another one that we'll meet up along the way, too. Microsoft Anna. I don't want to talk about this series, okay? This was just me doing some random things because I was bored. In fact, I was working on a book project, and I decided, you know what? I'm kind of bored. I need to refocus myself. Why not do something stupid and small on the side? Well, actually, I'm not going to lie. If I had to talk about that book project, I'm going to tell you it took me forever to write that, okay? Well, actually, no. It was supposed to be a short story. I turned it into a book. Only I could take a simple task and turn it into a lifelong commitment. Anyway, but that is the truth. I kind of got bored and then decided to do something a little bit different because sometimes I gotta refocus my mind, and my mind isn't necessarily always focused on one thing 100% all the time. It's always over here, over there, over there, over there, over there. At the time, I was taking my meds, so it was a little more calmer, but now it's like I'm not. I have ADHD, just to let you know, so, yeah. My thoughts are usually all over the place and never condensed into one. And they're all over the place, condensed into one mind. If there's like a door out there to my mind, it'd be a point of no return. Why? Because you open up the door, you take one look inside, you close the door, and you walk away. You never go back to it ever again. Oh yes, and then this is what got me into doing the walkthroughs. The Sherlock Holmes Mystery of the Mummy walkthrough. At the time, there were no walkthroughs up on YouTube when I recorded this, okay? After uploading, though, everybody wanted to do walkthroughs of this one particular game. So, oh, I can unmute this.
First walkthrough I'm ever gonna do.
Yeah, and remember that camera that I was talking about, that little Kodak camera? Actually, this was also filmed on that, too. Yeah, it could do sound, too, despite being a little tiny DSLR El Cheapo camera. I wish I still could have kept that little camera.
If you could see right there. I better...
I don't sound very enthusiastic, do I?
That's above the screen. And now I'm allowed to only post 10 minutes on YouTube.
Yeah, that was back in the day when they used to have 10-minute restrictions. Then they moved it up to 15-minute restrictions. And then they removed the restrictions altogether. So you can upload videos that are like more than 4 hours long if you wanted to. But, you know, I don't think I want to because that I don't know how my audience attention will remain. Especially with the fact that I'm recording a video for 4 hours. In fact, I don't know if I can be able to keep people's attention during live streams either, which is kind of a problem. Problem with ADHD. I mean, you're thinking with so many subjects, you don't know which one to talk about. But,
So?
yeah. This was
Let's
basically
make
early
this
me,
quick
and
here.
back when I didn't have any screen recording software, so... Oh yes, and this was also on my compact laptop, which also wasn't the most powerful thing on Earth. It had like 1 core, 2 gigahertz, and 2 gigs of RAM. Yeah. I'm pretty sure at the time there were other laptops out there that could have easily smited the dumb thing. But it was a nice laptop, and it was mine, and actually I did grow an attachment to it. I actually look back at this and go like, man, I miss the laptop. I really do. Oh yeah, and that globe lamp too, I remember it. It melted. Unfortunately, I left the lamp on one night, and the dumb thing decided to melt down on me while I was out of the house, so... yeah... man, that's just bringing back painful memories. Anyway, onward and forward. Okay, another Anna one I don't want to talk about. Another Anna one I don't want to talk about. These videos are pretty dumb. My project. Oh yeah, I was doing science projects too. But instead of doing like a boring PowerPoint slideshow thing, I wanted to do like my own video, show my own creative flair, do my own thing. And then I also uploaded it to the YouTube so that other people can enjoy. However, it's also kind of cringe too, I think. Let's see. How cringe was it? Let's see. We're gonna find out. Wait, did I give copyright on this? Oh yes, I gotta be careful. Gotta be careful. Oh, I hope it's not at the very beginning, because I forget. I forget.
Hello, and I'm here to do my project. That is epically awesome. Epically and awesome in misspelled.
Wow. What? It wait a second. Oh, yeah. I was using the recording studio the voiceover studio from Power Director, which, of course, I just recently discovered and found out that, yeah, you could do this kind of stuff, which is actually kind of nice. But I don't really use it that often anymore.
Could have done this flower, or this daisy,
It's a lily.
or this tulip, or this cherry.
Okay, yeah, I think I was doing
I could
it.
have also done this windmill. Wait a minute, how did that get in there?
Okay, actually, that was pretty good.
I did the salmonella spine flower.
Salmonella. What does food poisoning have to do with the flower? Wait, no. No. I think it was called salmonella. I forget. Okay. Moving on. Oh my gosh. Oh no. Oh my gosh. Okay. I'm just not gonna look back at that. Another flip note converted, more and more walkthroughs. Actually, I was mainly uploading walkthroughs. By this point, I was considered a walkthrough artist. I was thrown into the whole idea of being a walkthrough artist. And you know, this was back when YouTube still had its old design where... I don't remember too much about it. I think there was like a window where you can watch videos. There was also a playlist over by the side that had every single video. Basically, everything was pretty much condensed all into one space. And then, of course, you can customize your channel with a certain background image that could loop pretty much forever. I remember having a lot of fun with that. Unfortunately, though, they got rid of that. I'm kind of upset about that. Also, YouTube Studio didn't look like this either. Actually, it was much more sophisticated back then. Now, it's absolute garbage. I only had to learn how to use it. Oh, my awkward movie. Oh, yeah, I remember this. Copyright claim. What was it for? See details. Can I see details of my copyright claim? Sing along. Oh, right. At the very end of the video. Okay, so I gotta be careful with this. I can't even spell awkward right. Sheesh. Well, okay, I spelled it right down there, but I think that's because of Google... Oh, yeah, and I couldn't spell my own username right now.
I am not on.
Okay,
Not on.
enough of that cringe. Anyway, oh yeah, and this was also about a meme too. This was actually supposed to be kind of like my first review, and tell people about myself. that didn't work out very well. I kind of wanted this channel to be more of a variety channel anyway, since I've never really focused on one subject anyway. I'm not really much of a walkthrough artist. I don't want to be considered much of a walkthrough artist. I'm also not much of a reviewer, and I don't want to be considered that much of a reviewer. You know, I'm just a general guy. I mean, I'm an open book. You could try me on anything. I'll have an interest in it. Yes, even medical stuff I have a slight interest in, even though, honestly, once it gets disturbing, yeah, I want to back out on it, because I do have something to gore. I don't know why. But yeah, I'm a general guy. I'm pretty much open to almost anything, so that's kind of the reason why my channel's the way it is, with all the videos that are spread out all over the place. Oh yeah, another video. Actually, I wanted to do something called the Science Corner because of some of this stuff. And, well, yeah. Actually, it was quite a bit of fun. Also, this was when I moved up to the 11th grade. Okay, yeah, it started in the 10th grade. That's it. Oh, man. Why did that take me so long to remember? But the making of alum crystals, actually, that was a fun little project that we were doing. I decided to record it because it looked like fun, and honestly, it looked like it was amazing to see some of this stuff happen. Unfortunately, though, the video quality is kind of garbage because I was recording it on my Samsung phone, which, well, of course, didn't have any camera resolution any higher than 240p, so unfortunately, it looks kind of garbage. Oh yeah, this one's blocked because of the copyright claim of the entire song that goes throughout the entire duration of the video. Blocked in all territories because of all she wants to do is dance. So I can't show that one to you guys. Sorry. Oh yes. Oh, now we're getting into the 2013 segment of this video. Okay, so basically, first of all, I'm going to tell you, in this series, it's going to be a reoccurring factor that January has never really been that busy of a month for me, okay? I've always been kind of laid back in that month, mostly because, well, I'm trying to work on myself and work on my videos and try to improve myself, except for this year. This year, I did something a little bit more different and tried to have some of my videos a little more ready for January. So that's kind of why I ended up having this year be the most busiest year for January that I've ever had in a while now. Except for February. February slowed down drastically. And part of the reason was because of me. But, either way. This is the very first time I ever used a screen recording software. Unfortunately, it's not the best recording software. And we are about to see why. Okay, I'll just get right up here. See that? See the laggy frame rate?
Yes, this is the PC game version, though.
And
not the regular.
You sound a little more enthusiastic there, Superchocolatemilkshake.
PS2.
I mean, seriously?
Sorry.
But yeah, you can definitely tell the frame rate sucks. And later on in this video,
all I remember is
get ready. Get ready, you're about to see what happens later on in this video with the screen recording software. That is absolute garbage. Well, my computer was unable to handle it. Actually, with the same exact screen recording software, I had problems with that other laptop down there too, the HP, well, the HP one. Yeah. Yeah, see that? And this screen recording software was supposed to record at 40 frames per second. That's not 40 frames per second. That's more like 4 frames per second. Move that decimal point up one. So I don't think it was necessarily designed for screen recording, for gameplay, but I don't know what caused all that, but it was terrible. I just had to work with it. I ran with it. Oh, yes. And then onward, this was just a meme. I just joined in. Yes, sometimes I join in on memes. Of course. Everybody knows about the Henry Stinkman dance. And how I joined in on that one. 3 times. Oh, yes, and then this is the very first review. First official review. Frankenweenie. Looking back, I think this review is absolute cringe.
Hello, folks, and this is Superchocolatemilkshake, back with another review.
Well, I was getting close to my usual greeting. You know, my hello, my fellow viewers and subscribers. You know. How I came up with that, I don't know. I think part of it is just because I watch Categories in his reviews, and then I see him say, good day. Oh, geez, I haven't heard it in a while, but, good day. No. Greetings and salutations. There we go. That's his intro, I believe. And yes, I kind of wanted to copy off of that, so I decided to make my own little intro that was personalized. So that's kind of why I went like, hello, my fellow viewers and subscribers. This is Superchocolatemilkshake, you know? Kind of introducing you to the video, and then stating, well, that's my name. Don't wear it out.
Of course.
And this was also before Valentine's Day, which is basically a bit of heartbreak for me, because I'm still single. And then I also lament on how being single can be a good thing sometimes, because you can eat all the beans you want. That was a very cringy joke. Most of that is pretty much cringy jokes anyway. Looking back at Frankenweenie, though, honestly, it wasn't a bad movie. Okay? It was very boring. It was slow. It's not exactly for me. But honestly, as a movie itself, it was pretty good. And also, part of the reason why I also say it was boring because I was watching it with my mom, I left the room at least several times. Every time I came back, I found my mom sleeping. But then part of it was also because she was overworked at the time. So, yep, more stuff. And the first subscriber milestone. This, I think I did a dance video to one of Little Tommy J's songs, which, by the way, if you didn't know, he's a fantastic remix artist. Don't know if he's still around, but if he is, be sure to subscribe to him and check him out, because he does some really fantastic remixes, okay? Oh, yeah, that. I don't want to talk about that cringe. And, of course, there are some more videos for Shrek 2. Ugh. I'm so happy I decided to get action, you know? Look at this. It is such a nicer looking program. It is sleek. It records my videos without hitches. And honestly, it doesn't even take that much CPU power. Or, I don't think. Let's see. How much CPU power is it taking? It's mostly taking GPU power, but okay. Yeah. I guess if I threw in a bigger graphics card, it probably wouldn't be so bad. But, yeah, GT 720 only does so much, right? Unfortunately, we're in the graphics card panic. Ooh. Oh, no. I am not talking about Macbeth, Scotland's finest news stream. Okay. I worked with several girls on this project. Honestly, I really wished I would have wrote it. And also, here's the other thing, too. Another girl who wasn't a part of our class at all helped us out with it. And she looked back at it years later, and of course, well, when we were co-workers, she actually said that she found it on Facebook again one day, and went like, yeah, that was pretty cringe. So either way, everybody who worked on this video all regretted it. There was nothing funny about it. Nothing. I would have had some really interesting ideas that would have came into fruition, but only, so many problems. Anyway. Okay, more walkthroughs for Shrek 2. Yeah, I was mainly focused on one type of walkthrough at the time, which, of course, as you can clearly tell, has kind of left an effect for today, but only reason why I'm doing this for today is because it's easier to focus on one walkthrough, even though when I decided to switch over to other walkthroughs, my walkthrough videos started to get more views. When compared to also when I did the Doki Doki Literature Club walkthroughs, I noticed that the views were very high at the start, and then they started to taper by the time I got to the end. So, you know, kind of the reason why I wanted to switch it up and do more walkthroughs, but right now I'm just kind of taking it easy on myself. Okay, more walkthroughs. Ah, and then the M&M's walkthrough. I don't know why the Shrek 2 walkthrough from this era was so popular, but... and then the start of the M&M's walkthrough, even though, honestly, this is also what we have to deal with as well. We're about to see how messy this looks.
Hello, I'm back with another walkthrough of my creation.
Oh, jeez. Of my Man, I was cringy. I was a cringy son of a gun. Oh, yeah. The reason why I had it windowed like that was because that was the only way I could get cutscenes to work. But Yeah, you could
Yeah,
definitely
yeah,
tell
yeah,
the
I know.
frame
But then,
rate
of
is
course, that
choppy.
means-
Especially when it comes down to this FMV.
Ah,
That is
cutscene.
beautifully rendered, by the way.
Well, my yellow fellow, it's time to examine it.
And the audio sync is off.
R&R? Is that a new candy? Are we being phased out?
Yeah, it was garbage. But I did complete that whole entire game in one night. Just one night, one go. Completely and totally. Oh yeah, and then the flight of the Superchocolatemilkshake airliner. Actually, these videos... Okay, this is back when I started discovering some thumbnails, and I started using them to my advantage to make some more prettier looking thumbnails, and actually I will admit these ones don't look that bad looking back respectively. This one doesn't look too good though, and this one definitely doesn't look too good. There's way too much going on with it, but this one definitely looks okay. Grading my own thumbnails back then. This one also looks okay, this one also looks okay, but unfortunately the shake and the wording should be flipped. But otherwise, not that bad. Oh yeah, and then of course I also did like a bit of a subplot with Half-Life 3, even though honestly, I kind of wanted to make a joke about it, where basically the Combine left the Earth, and Gordon Freeman decides to get a suntan and becomes learns to use his voice, and becomes the narrator of March of the Penguins. Yeah, it was kind of dumb. It was very dumb. Oh yeah, and then this, where I'm talking about The Hobbit, which, I gotta admit, looking back on The Hobbit, I don't look back on it as fondly as I do with Lord of the Rings, and not that I ever really got too much into Lord of the Rings. I will admit, it's a good series, though. I have read some of the book, but I haven't read all of it yet. I really need to get reading into all of it, but I have read the Hobbit book, and I'm going like, yeah, I think what they did there was kind of stupid about trying to extend it to 3 different movies. They should have just kept it in one consistent movie, and that's it. Because really, that's what the material was written for anyway, was just one consistent book. I don't think she was really I don't think Tolkien was really expecting to have that be a prelude to The Lord of the Rings. Or in any kind of way, shape, or form. Oh yes, and then my first dive into music, which is also a remix of a little Tommy J song as well, where I just put down my own lyrics on top of it using the Team Fortress 2 character, Soldier. Alright. And then, of course, the end of... Yeah, I was uploading a lot of walkthroughs at the time. Actually, some of them within the very same day. Some of them even within the same hour. Okay, all of them within 15 minutes, or less. And then, oh yes, I have attempted this twice, haven't I? Harry Potter and the Sorcerer's Stone. Yeah. I don't think I'm ever going to come back and attempt this again anyway, because, well, let's face it, I don't really care much for Harry Potter. It's fascinating with the world of magic and all that such, and actually Fantastic Beasts was a really fantastic movie, actually. I did enjoy it. But then Crimes of Grindelwald came along, and it's like, nope, it's all over. The writing is garbage. Like, absolute garbage. I couldn't even understand a single thing that was going on in the movie. Oh, yes, and then my very first SFM video. That's supposed to be in 3D. So basically, when you load it up... Oh, wait, no, is it going to be loading in 3D? Nope, 1080p. Oh, well, look at that. Okay, it downgraded the quality just a little bit, but yeah, basically it was supposed to be a 3D video, but I guess it kind of failed. It was a funny video, okay? It was a funny little short flip clip that I decided to reanimate in Source Filmmaker, and this was back on my old laptop, so it took forever to render those types of videos. Ugh. Took way too freaking long. Oh yeah, and then The Great Gatsby. I haven't seen that movie ever since. But then, I don't think I really care to. The movie's alright. The book is actually pretty good, but the movie, it's alright. Oh yes. And then, of course, talking about Hansel and Gretel, Witch Hunters, and then Jack the Giant Slayer. I definitely like one more over the other, but looking back retrospectively on both movies, yeah, I could definitely see they're kind of garbage, and they were trying to capitalize off of a trend of having, the fairy tales having quite a bit of a twist, you know, kind of like how Shrek did it, but way more different and live action, and probably meant for more like adults. Hansel and Gretel Witch Hunters is just garbage. It's all over the place, and I didn't like the gore. It was definitely not a movie for me. Jack the Giant Slayer was a better movie. It was more consistent. It had much more of a better goal, but I still think it had a few flaws to it as well. Either way, Jack the Giant Slayer was an alright movie. Okay. Oh, yes, and then I also got into replays, too. Not gonna talk about it, though. And this was also when I was doing Milestone videos, too. Sneak preview to my 100th video, because this...
I'm sorry about the amount of video production that's been going on lately. It's been kind of hard. I've had a hard time
Why on
recently,
earth did I
and not only
describe
that,
it
the internet
with
connection
having the words
at
on
my
there?
house seems to be
Maybe it was because...
But in the meantime,
Yes. Hey! Yes. Okay, but of course. No way. Yeah.
okay, here we go.
Okay, actually, that was pretty good.
Who is not ready? Jawohl. I cannot wait. Man. Ooh, this is exciting. Move, schnell. Ready.
Dear Lord, the animation's terrible. I still haven't really figured out how to use SFM properly anyway. Let's just say, let's just say SFM is very hard to master, okay? Or at least, it was kind of hard for me to master. I kind of prefer animating Kira better because it's easier where you can plan out your frames and all that other stuff. Here, in SFM, it's kind of all live and it's not for me. So, anyway, basically when it comes down to it, this right here is supposed to be a venture that kind of failed, but I might come back to eventually. Mr. Happy, he's basically just a maniacal stress ball who wants to take over the world by turning everybody into toasters. Actually, he has appeared on this channel multiple times, and hopefully someday I'll bring him back. But, for now, yeah, he's kind of in a stagnant position right now. Anyway, alright, so if anybody's curious to see my 100th video, here we go. If you want to look back on this on your own, please feel free to. Come on. Come on. But you'll probably see how...
Team is medic. Who is...
Oh, right, and I did this in 3D too. 2D, please. Thank you. But if you want to go back and look at all these videos, please be sure to. I mean, honestly.
It's not ready. Jawohl.
Feel free to openly criticize me.
Man. Ooh.
Can I raise up the resolution just a bit? Uh-oh. It obviously did not like my changes.
Entire team is medic.
Well, okay, I guess we get to watch it in this low quality.
I cannot wait. Man. Ooh, this is exciting. Move, schnell. Ready.
Yeah.
Here they come.
I don't know what happened to the music here. I'm supposed to have it slowly fade in, but it never happened. And I was supposed to do something epic here, but unfortunately it didn't work either, so...
Excellent. Oh. Nächster. Charge. On the point. Does nothing. Dummkopf.
Ugh, man. It definitely needs to be reanimated, doesn't it?
Oh, I will tear you
Yeah.
apart. Bolt by bolt.
It definitely needs to be reanimated. I don't know what was going on with it. I don't think I want to continue watching it. Anyway. Oh yeah, and then Frozen. Looking back on it, I still look at it very fondly. There are a few problems that I have with Elsa being a character herself. Yeah, I mean, she does sing a pretty song, but a very unforgettable song and a very played-to-death song. But other than that, actually it's a pretty good movie, and I still watch it from time to time. Frozen 2, on the other hand, can't really say the same thing. Sure, there are some songs that I think are better than Let It Go, but I don't think the movie is necessarily as good plot-wise to the first movie. And then we get to the update, which is actually where I'm going to be ending this video. Yeah, I know, it took a little bit of time to get up to the update, but to tell you the truth, there were quite a few videos to talk over here, and honestly, this list is only going to get longer. Because I think 2014 and 2015 were more like heydays for this channel. So, and also when I finally start getting a little bit better at YouTubing. So, anyway, if you like this video, please be sure to hit that like button, don't forget to subscribe, and comment down below. And I'll see you all in the next video. This is Superchocolatemilkshake, signing off.